It's the Panthers going up against the 49ers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, Larry, from the heart of Silicon Valley, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and partner, training camp over, preseason over. It's time for week one.
And how much fun is that? No longer do we have to talk about who's going to make the team. The rosters are set. These guys now get to go out and play for real. No more of these preseason games. Now they're playing, and the records count.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. The fourth-year man out of Eastern Illinois, Jimmy Garoppolo, leading them out onto the field.
He was forced into action as a rookie, had to make 2 starts in replacement of Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. Ended up winning his first one before losing his second one. He's someone that you have to think that the Patriots are going to keep a keen eye on.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Strong right! Strong right! Strong right! Hurry up! Here we go!
Now Garoppolo. They find some open field here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
When I saw that the Carolina Panthers were ranked 21st in total defense in 2016, I thought it was a misprint. This is a very talented defense, but they didn't play up to those standards in 2016. Perhaps the loss of Josh Norman at corner hurt them in the secondary. Luke Kuechly, their middle linebacker and their heart and soul of their defense, wasn't able to play a complete season, and they didn't get the same pass rush in 2016 that they had in the previous year when they went to the Super Bowl.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their 7th-year man out of Auburn, the 2015 NFL MVP. It's Cam Newton.
That word focus is used so often in the NFL, and I think that in this case, the word refocus will come to mind when you think about Cam Newton. 15 wins in a Super Bowl appearance after the 2015 season. Last year, just 6 wins. I think Cam comes back with a whole new dedication and a new way of doing things, moving the ball around and maybe the running backs a little bit more instead of carrying it himself.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down following the run.
Watch the whip. Right there, 56.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Newton now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Out of the gun, Newton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers heading out, and Charles, at the end of last year, we talked about their decline. They were 12-4 4 years ago, then 8-8, 5-11, and last season 2-14. Head coaches, 4 of them the last 4 years. But while it might not change overnight, you get the sense the tailspin may be over.
Agreed with you there, partner, because they changed administration as well. And they're going to respect the pass. They want all these players coming in to know what the 49ers meant in previous years, but they want them to make their own future. And this is their opportunity now. How about them picking up Solomon Thomas in the draft, the defensive lineman out of Stanford? How about them getting Reuben Foster, the linebacker out of Alabama, trying to get stronger on defense? They'll run a brand-new offensive scheme, and it will be a tougher team overall. I think they're going to compete well in the NFC West, better than what people expect.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love it.
And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, holding on to the football is a big problem for the 49ers last year. Shouldn't surprise any of us, right? When you're 2-14, you probably will lead the league in fumbles as they did. How about they have 15 last year?
15 of them, yep, and a 2-14 record, kind of indicative. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. It's run, Bella.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Newton. And he floats one there, incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Out on the field now. Here come the 49ers. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. I think we saw some of the best qualities of Carlos Hyde on that run, able to pick up something there, being physical running the football. But I think he's got really good vision and great feet. He's going to be the key to this offense really being revitalized.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, Hyde. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
That man has still got it. Thomas Davis can do it all. Drop into coverage, rush the quarterback, and, of course, make plenty of tackles.
Closing in on 1,000 career tackles and consistent. Last year, 106 tackles. The year before, 105.
College safety turned linebacker in the NFL. What a career.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
2nd down following the incompletion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run now with Burkhead. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mario Addison in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Encroachment, defense.
Yeah, he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Pass interference, defense.
So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Here we go. Blue line.
They go play action here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go. Tight right. Leopard.
10th carry for Hyde. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hurry up, here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense taking the field, and it's a crew, Charles, that really took a big step backward last year because they were coming off their best season in franchise history in 2015. The Super Bowl appearance, 15 wins. I guess really 17 if you count the playoffs, but down to just 6 last year.
A big drop-off was on offense because in 2015, they drove the ball and they rang the bell, meaning they got into the end zone. They scored 500 points in 2015. Big drop-off in 2016. Unsettled offensive line. Guys were hurt out wide. Couldn't keep everyone healthy. Quarterback didn't play to the same level. But guess what? They're changing that up, going from that boom-boom type of an offense to a little more flash and dash. Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford at running back. Curtis Samuel out of Ohio State will be a running back receiver. They expect to get quicker, faster, and more efficient on offense.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. These two, Newton and Olsen, they have formed quite a partnership. Olsen, 3 straight years over 1,000 yards receiving. The first time in NFL history, Charles, that a tight end's done that 3 consecutive seasons.
And the tight end's supposed to be an accessory to an offense, but in Carolina, Greg Olsen is the primary receiver.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the back. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Earl Mitchell breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. By the way, partner, that was a 30-year-old running back carrying the ball there.
Yeah, turned 30 back in March, did Stewart.
Yeah, I know that people say that you're not supposed to at the age of 30, but Jonathan Stewart, good style, good physicality, he'll continue to run it.
Open to keep him healthy. Hasn't played a full 16 games since 2011. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Well, that's a sight that we're seeing with less frequency as his career advances. Cam Newton scrambling with the football after trying to throw it.
92 carries last year, career low, 42 fewer than the Super Bowl season in 2015. Maybe because that's what Ron Rivera wants, him running less.
No doubt about it. Does not want his quarterback to be a primary ball carrier. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Newton. He's got Cruz complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Ahkello Witherspoon tried to make his mark in San Francisco as a cornerback. But he has a big picture in mind as well. Eventually wants to be a surgeon when his playing days are over.
How about that? That would be quite the transition, right? From the NFL to the operating room?
It certainly would. Think about it this way. Those hands used for intercepting passes now. Later on, maybe...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right, and threw right into it for an interception.
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Garoppolo to throw on second down. He finds his running back, Hyde. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Now Hyde. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Garoppolo now looking for his running back, and he's got him. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Man left. You got 4. Watch it now, Barney.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run, Hyde. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Carlos Hyde, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And Charles, after an injury-plagued season a year ago, nice to see him get back into the end zone here in week 1.
You know as well as I do, chomping at the bit. I mean, all off season, wanting to get back in form, get back on the field, show that production that he had previously, and getting into the end zone, that's a big statement for him.
It's got to be just like a breath of fresh air. Like, here we go, last year behind me, let's move forward.
Good point. Shed it and move on.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow, you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a first down throw for Newton. And his throw is incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. To throw again. Newton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ladarius Green, as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers have taken the lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Gano now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. But that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
To throw on second down is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 32 that time. He had to escape the pocket there when the blitz came, but give him credit. Kept his eyes downfield, made it work.
And that's when I think a quarterback is really playing at a high level. When you see a guy have pressure in his face, find a way to escape, and not just immediately look for the sideline or a way to get down, but to keep his eyes downfield and try and find a target. How about the way he finished off that play? That was impressive. Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half. Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Newton. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Still first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K1 short. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They run high. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's brought down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Newton now to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. Got his target, Samuel. A gain of 13 and also a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
To throw is Newton. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. The Panthers on third down. They've had good success. 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeForest Buckner able to slop him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So they tried runs on 1st and goal and 2nd and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit and try and find some room to operate.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's Hyde, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Complete here. It's Hyde. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they can move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
The play clock's running down. They'll try the air now with Newton. The swing pass caught. He got 29 yards that time. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already.
Wake up! 180! Wake up! Set!
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Immediate dividends from their #1 pick, Charles. They expect, obviously, big things from him.
And he's already starting to deliver. But here's the question I've got for you. Who gets the first football? Because, you know, when you score your first touchdown in the NFL, they give you the ball, right?
Right.
Who's going to get it? Does it go to mom? Grandma? Wife? Girlfriend? Where does it go? High school coach? Who gets it?
Why isn't he putting that in his own trophy case?
Well, that would be a little bit selfish now, wouldn't it? What about all the people that helped him get there?
Well, what are you going to do, cut it up in 30 pieces?
Good point. He gets to keep it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Garoppolo to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and that takes us from second to third down. The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure comes in, he's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury, and his guys are gonna get the football at the 37-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now Ryan Matthews in the game. He gets the call here. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. He finds his running back, Hyde. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Carolina, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.